Hello, my darlings. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for joining me today because we've got some things to talk about, darlings. We've got some things to cover today. You know, yesterday when we were talking about Meghan being a sticky-fingered hussy, a charlatan, a swindler, a con artist, a crook, a sticky-fingered sleut, a fraud, a fraudster, a cheat. When we were talking about all of that yesterday, what does Meghan go and do while this is happening, while it is being reported from all the way from here to Norway? I'm seeing even reports about Meghan's sticky fingers and the green dress. She does what we all expected to do. She shows up to a random LA soup kitchen, place that provides and makes meals for those that are less unfortunate, and they provide it through social services to hand out to people. But the thing is that this is expected of Meghan. Whenever she shits the bed completely, she tries to do something to distract from what is going on. So last night, I couldn't go to sleep last night. So it was like a little bit past midnight. I was still awake and I didn't really talk about these until last night. And I brought up these ridiculous pictures because as a person who has volunteered in kitchens before, making meals for those that are less fortunate, I have always had to have my hair tied back. And even with my hair tied back, I would still have to wear a hairnet. I would have to wear proper clothing that covered me and then a proper apron. I wasn't allowed to have any jewelry on. I wasn't allowed to have any bracelets or anything on. And basically, when I saw this, I was like, what a crock of BS this is that Meghan is doing. Let me show you the stupid video that they, of course, always have to release when doing something like this. Meghan says, show up and do good. But is it really showing up and doing good when you've basically fingered all the food and it's been mishandled and it's just being like this whole time is being used as just a PR session for Meghan just to change the narrative about her. That's all. That's it. Meghan's not showing up and doing good because I am willing to bet the food that was prepared with these random actor children who are standing in pretending to be artificial and Invisibet were definitely not used. They were probably thrown out. I don't believe they would have handed all that out because you cannot be handing out food that's been handled by someone with rings and jewels and hair and everything all over the place. Not exactly good at deflecting, is she? No. If she had half a brain cell, or if she was 1% smart as she says she is, then she would shut the hell up. That's it. And personally, myself, I think she's not wearing a wig, but you guys, ladies, know about this, but there are those hats that have like wig attachments on the insides where it's like pretend hair, so it looks like it's your hair. I'm sure many of us know about those. I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan has a little collection of that. Maureen says, if you really want to do good and help people, you don't require any recognition. Exactly. You don't see you don't see William or Catherine or anyone who actually does any sort of charitable works expecting to get recognition, or you know what, I always side-eye people whenever they do flaunt it on social media, because then I'm like, well, did you do it for the likes, or did you do it because you actually wanted to do it, because your heart was actually in it? But no, not these two. They always use charities and like other people's events and make it all about themselves. This is not showing up and doing good. This is showing up and faking it for PR because everyone's been calling you a sticky-fingered thief for the last week. Watch this. Oh God, it always has some kind of lame music connected to it. But look, here, could you imagine? This is supposed to be Invisibet, right? And they have her turn to the wall. Imagine like being at an event, and this is why I say these are definitely not their children at all. Could you imagine these are your parents? Your dad is doing something, right? So wouldn't the kids be interested in what dad is doing? Instead, no, look at the wall so no one can get a photo of your face. I don't care to see these kids. I just want the proof that they belong within the line of succession and they deserve to have the title Prince and Princess, which we all know they don't. That's it. Besides that, every time Harry and Meghan drag out some random children that we are supposed to believe are artificial and Invisibet, they only make themselves look very clueless as two people who are supposed to be parents. Irene says, strip them of the titles, enough already. This is them being royal again. Yeah, this is them. And the only reason why they got any connection to this kitchen in LA is because of who they are, because it's Prince Harry. Of course, it's called Our Big Kitchen Los Angeles, and they are a community-run, non-denominational kitchen that prepares meals for distribution for those in need throughout LA. So these, like, of course, they're going to want the name Prince Harry attached, that, oh, he came to our kitchen. But little do they know, in Meghan's mind, this is just a photo opportunity for her to pretend that they are there with some random children that we are supposed to believe is their children. But whenever we see them, they're always either too old or too young, and they always seem to age up and age down, and who the hell knows what's going on. How much money did I donate? Well, that's none of your business, is it now? I donate quite a bit of money. I wonder if you do, but I'm not an asshole to come and trumpet about it. My accountant knows those details. But thank you very much, my darling, for trying. But look at this. Absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. You know what's crazy? We're supposed to believe that this is supposed to be for the holiday season. It's supposed to be for Thanksgiving, right? But what is this that is on their plate? This looks like some kind of ground beef that they're putting like maybe peppers on and rice. That's what it looks like. That doesn't look like Thanksgiving meal. This doesn't look like, in my opinion, I don't even think this was done recently. Maybe this was done before, maybe a few months back, and Meghan's just now releasing these to make it appear like, oh, it's recent. We just did this. We were just out there. I don't know. It looks like it's spring for the video. It looks like it's spring, early summer, right? It doesn't look like it is the holiday season. Definitely not. Definitely not at all. Look at this. But you're trying to tell me you're making ginger cookies? Are these supposed to be ginger cookies? And nobody is covered. Nobody has any kind of cover on them. Now look at this kid, right? This is supposed to be Invisibet here. And let me just show you. Hey, Markle. Let me show you something here, guys. Because the Invisibet that we saw in Meghan Markle's alleged Mother's Day photo, let me show you this. This was this year Mother's Day, right? Not too long ago, just this past Mother's Day. Let me share with you. Now, doesn't this child look a lot older here? Hold on a second. Let me show you. Here, this was supposed to be Invisibet on Mother's Day. Look at this. This is supposed to be a 4-year-old with legs as long as what? This child looks to be like 7 or 8 or something. But you would think, as if Meghan did have a daughter, she would know to put some of those shorts underneath her daughter's dress so that when she is wrapping her legs around her mother, then she wouldn't be exposing anything to the cameras and whatnot. But just take a look at this. See, this is not the same person. This is not the same Invisibet that is supposedly here at the soup kitchen making these meals, I guess. Look, do you believe this kid looks younger? How old do you think this kid is? Definitely not as old as the one that was in the Mother's Day photo, right? We have sugar in here. I know, it's all good. Don't worry. This sugar wants proof. This is drier than Kate's wig, and yet you are still here, my darling. You are still here. If it's so dry, I suggest you take a nice cool drink. Take a jump into the lake or something. Sounds like the food was very discriminating to one ethnic group. It doesn't seem like something that I would feed those in need, because whenever we see William or Catherine do any kind of charity work, you see the variety of vegetables, all the colors that are in the food that they're serving or going to serve to the community. Whereas everything here is just what? Brown. You got a little bit of color here, but let's take a look. This is basically rice with ground beef on top. I don't know. Would you feed that to your dog? Just because they're homeless doesn't mean that they don't deserve to eat a proper meal. That's what I think. Is my opinion here. But KMC says, rewatch Mommy Dearest. It's identical to Crawford with using her adopted kids for props at charities. Ooh, I will definitely watch that. Thank you, my darling. And Robin says, thank you. Says, donate this, Lauren. Thank you, Molly. Keep putting those two grifters on blast. Look, my problem is that a kitchen like Our Big Kitchen LA, they do a lot of amazing work. And it just saddens me that they are not smart enough to know Harry and Meghan's history of using charities to try and paint a narrative about themselves when we all know that their heart really isn't in it. They're doing this, or this was only put out now just to reflect off and deflect off the fact that Meghan Markle is a sticky-fingered hussy, that she truly is a leech. The girl is in red and green. It's not green. I'll show you. The outfit, I think it's like a, let me see here. Let me find it. It's not green really. It's got many different colors. It's red, it's got black, it kind of looks like blue. It almost looks like, I'm sure if I wanted to find it, I could find an outfit like that Princess Charlotte wore, and I bet you that's why this little girl who's cosplaying Invisibet has it on. But how crazy is this? Like, how is this showing up and doing good when you are using this charity just to change the narrative about yourself being a five-fingered sticky demon who goes to photo shoots and takes things without asking permission? But also, I want to know why, like, Meghan thinks that this is okay, why she thinks that this will help change the narrative about her. It won't. We know who she is. I'm supposed to believe that you're going to take these two random children who definitely are not your children to some soup kitchen, expose them to other strangers, but no one in your family is allowed to ever see them besides your mother and your Soho pimp, Marcus Anderson? Right. It's very, very strange, isn't it? It's very strange. It's sad that this LA volunteer kitchen allowed themselves to be used in this manner. And I'm calling it out. It is disgusting on Meghan's part too, because using a charity just to change the narrative about yourself being a sticky-fingered hussy is not showing up and doing good at all. DMF says, yeah, how come others can see these kids and no one else has? Because these are not their kids. I remember when Harry said that, what was it? He made a comment about parents sharing their children's images online and how it shouldn't be done. And I always said, well, of course, Harry doesn't mind Meghan sharing photos, because what if they're not his children? What if these are not the actual kids that they have? And these are some randoms, which is why he doesn't care. Makes sense, doesn't it? Anyways, my darlings, look, I just wanted to come on here real quick and just mention these things. Don't go after, look, I'm going to tell you guys something. Don't go after this soup kitchen, because this soup kitchen does amazing work, okay? I would more likely send a message to say the people, like the board member, who allowed this meeting to happen, who allowed this, and what did you guys do with the food? Why is it that whenever we've seen videos that were posted on X, we see your volunteers, with the proper gear on. They have their hairnets on. They have, like, they're clean looking. Whereas we know this food that Harry and Meghan dished up and pretend to dish up was not served to anyone because it is not hygienic. It's not clean. You cannot do that. I see there's a chat going on, and there's a fight going on in the chat. Fight, 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 fight. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's see. Is Lauren still here? Is she still going off? The heir is nowhere to be seen. He was actually out on an engagement the other day, and Catherine was out today. What are you talking about? Maybe you need to get your eyes checked. But anyways, darlings, I'm going to get out of here because I've got a couple more things up my sleeve here that I want to release for you guys. But I just wanted to show you that, like, look, this was all performative nonsense. This is not showing up and doing good. This is using a charity to your benefit so that you can change the narrative about yourself. And that is not doing charitable work. Like, look, there is this image here. Hold on. And if you just Google, just go on X and just look up Los Angeles Big Kitchen. And this is another example of the volunteers of the kitchen. And I know that Nancy Sidley also shared this too this morning. But look at how they all have. Hold on. You see, they all have hair nets on. Some of the men have beard nets. Everyone has proper gloves on. Look at this. See, if Harry and Meghan were actually involved in an event setting up food to actually give out to people, it would be stacked like this. But no, it's not, because they needed to quickly scramble, put something together, get some people together, and make it look like, oh, look, we're putting a couple meals together for some people and we're helping. No, you are not. You are not. Dallas... What is this? Dallas Mirror says, I don't understand why she cannot fix that child's hair. I have 3 granddaughters and I always fix their hair. I don't know any ethnic people who don't fix their child's hair, because Meghan Markle doesn't give a shit. That's why. She's the type of mother that will always put herself first, but does not give a shit what her husband looks like, if he is all cleaned up, or if her children look good. If she actually loved and cared for her family, like we see the way Catherine loves and cares for her family, they all look impeccable. When my mother, whenever we would go out, I would be dressed impeccably, hair done nicely. And yeah, Meghan doesn't do it because guess what, Lily? You're lesser and you need to look at mommy's hair and be like, Mommy, your hair is so nice while yours stays all messy and disheveled and nasty looking. That's who Meghan is. The fact that I think I made a video where I think it's called Shut Up Kid is the thumbnail that I posted in my standalone videos, where Meghan had to even one-up an 11-year-old girl who decided to speak up and tell her about her love of languages. Meghan couldn't let that little girl have her moment and be like, oh, that's so interesting. Tell me more about what you're into. Nope. Meghan had to quickly shut down this 11-year-old girl and tell her about how she is on a 90-day streak on Duolingo and learning French. After 20 years, she's still learning French. Anyways, but this is who she is. This is fake. What Harry and Meghan did was a fake PR stunt to get the heat off of the fact that Harry lied in court. There was fake evidence submitted, and the heat off of the fact that Meghan Markle is a sticky-fingered hussy who doesn't know how to keep her hands to herself or ask people permission before taking things without permission. That's it. Did the sugar give up and leave? I think so. They can't handle you guys. You guys are too crazy in the chat. That's why I love you all. You guys are so amazing. They are ding-dongs. Babes, thank you. Says, well done for outing those 2 idiots. Look, I don't hate Harry and Meghan. I just despise the fact that they think that we are all as dumb as Harry is and that we can be fooled like she fools him. Let me just put it like that. Let me just put it like that. Let me see. Oh, Lauren, look, Your throat must be dry from regurgitating the same half-baked, refried talking points. Oh, sweetheart, I hope you didn't fry any your final brain cells trying to come up with that one, because that was weak. That was weak. You left for a few minutes to try and come up with that. Just give it up, darling. I wish you nothing but a happy Thanksgiving. Anyways, my darlings, like, let me show you the rest of this video. This is what the big kitchen actually does. What Harry and Meghan did was just performative bullshit just to try and change the narrative that Meghan Markle is nothing but a fraud, a con artist, and a failed, talentless trollop who is, can't do anything better than lay on her back and get dumbass men like Harry and manipulate them. That really speaks to the type of woman Meghan Markle is when she had to go for the low-hanging fruit of the royal family. Yeesh. Right? And then contrast that to what we were shown about what Harry and Meghan want to claim, that they went and did some BS, absolute garbage work here. Like, look at this. Some people were mentioning, hold on, I'll leave off with this, because some people were saying, Mole, like, why did Harry change his hat? And the only answer that I had to that one, and I was being snarky this morning on X, since I really couldn't sleep, but let me show you guys what I said. I'm such an asshole sometimes, I swear. But so Harry was at first wearing the hat of, what is it? The hat of the charity, right? And usually when you go to these events or these places, you wear their merchandise, right? They want to see you in their outfits, their gear. Harry was wearing their hat, and then later he swapped out to an Archwell hat. And people were saying, well, why? Well, why do you think he did that? Well, I'll tell you why. Meghan probably said to Harry, you stupid idiot. They didn't pay you to wear the charity hat. Put on the Archwell hat, you moron, so we can write off this visit as a business expense. I'm telling you, that's exactly what they did. That's just my opinion, my darlings, and I think I'm going to leave it on that. But let's make Meghan a billionaire and keep supporting as ever. No one is supporting as ever. What are you talking about? No one is buying anything from as ever. That's why nothing is still stocked on our website. That's why nothing is moving in the stores beside little like $10 pots of jam. No one is buying as ever. Okay, Lauren, darling, but you are welcome to come and join this chat whenever you want. Having you here does increase my engagement. Having you, engage with others in the chat does push out my video further to seeing eyes so others can see it. So I thank you for spending your time here in this chat where you thought you were doing something, but really you weren't. Anyways, my darlings, I love you all so much. Thank you very much. And look, like I said, Meghan Markle is a shisty fraud. She's a thief. And when you're constantly being outed as a raggedy thief who walks off of sets all the time with items and merchandise that is not yours, then guess what? You're going to be called what you are. And that is a sticky-fingered hussy. And like I said, if you have a problem, my email is MeghansMole@gmail.com. You can reach me there. Anyways, my loves, love you all so much. Thank you to all of you who sent super chats and super stickers. I hope you all have, look, American friends, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great day with your loved ones, and just, be blessed and be happy and be thankful for just the simple things in life. Really, that's all we need. But you guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you all in the next one. Love you all. Bye.